Is it possible to feel like you're running on clouds?
Well, the team who developed On Running shoes seem to think so.
Is it all hype? Is there actually something special about these running shoes?
The soles of their running shoes are actually what caught my attention in the first place. They're different to anything else I've seen on the market.
What is it that makes these soles a topic of conversation?
The Swiss company introduces cloud technology as the secret behind these highly adaptive soles. These clouds individually compress as your foot hits the ground, and then they decompress as you spring forward into your next step.
But is it just marketing? Do the shoes even work?
Personally, I do enjoy a bit of clever marketing. By the end of this video, which isn't sponsored, by the way, I wonder if I will invest in a pair of running shoes. But first, here's some background on my relationship with running shoes. I blind test my running shoes. I don't look at the brand, I don't look at the price, I just try on a whole bunch of different shoes and end up buying the one that was the best fit. Risky, I know, but it works for me. I'm not brand loyal because I know how business generally works. The minute a company gets big or goes public, it seems like there's a bit of a change in focus from where originally the focus was on creating a fantastic product that people would talk about. It seems like when there's a lot of red tape and bureaucracy, it's almost like the quality drops for a while as the focus goes on cutting costs to make the shareholders or investors happy. Sometimes the quality may drop so much that the brand eventually disappears. In a surprising turn of events, there's a change of focus. Well, there's a new CEO, a new buyer, a new designer, so quality improves, and then the brand is all the rage again. It's speaking generally here, but from my experience, the shoe industry is volatile, and that's why I'm open to trying new brands, but also retrying old established brands as well. So I ran the 2 Oceans Ultra in a pair of Asics. I ran the Comrades Marathon in a pair of Mizunos. And then I ran all over Europe in a pair of Hookers. I think that's how you say them. But I have to be honest, I really only purchased those shoes because it threw me back to some 90s fashion. And that could also be why I left the shoes in Europe. And when I came back to my country, I bought a brand new pair of shoes, which were Brooks. So I finished off last year in my pair of Brooks, and then this year when I went to do my blind testing a day, I ended up purchasing another pair of Brooks running shoes. But I have to acknowledge, the running that I do these days is mainly running after my child. So I'm not doing any serious running, but these shoes have been more than fine for me so far. And then to throw somewhat of a spanner in the works for a lifestyle shoe, I've been wearing Asics. But why haven't I tried the On Running shoe brand yet? Well, I'm assuming that all of the locals I saw in the shoes bought the shoes internationally because my local running shoe shop never stocked the brand. So I've kept my eye on the brand, and the company have been putting out new models of shoes over the years that on a surface level do look more and more impressive. And also I read that Roger Federer invested in the company. Here's the thing, it's easy to be a brand ambassador for a company. As a sponsored athlete or a brand ambassador, you smile, look good, get paid, and usually get a lot of free products. I don't have a problem with brand endorsements, especially if the athlete or influencer or brand ambassador is genuinely passionate about the product they're endorsing. But the tennis star has put his hard-earned money into the company, which shows me something. Either 1, he's got money to burn, or 2, he sees value in the company and is willing to put his hard-earned cash behind a relatively new or growing brand. The team writing the copy at On already deserve a raise in my opinion, but the clever catchphrases combined with the social proof of Roger parting with his hard-earned cash dollar results in a formidable marketing campaign that gets me excited about a brand I've never tried before. But at the end of the day, it's quality that determines whether we'll buy the product or initiate a repeat purchase. So I searched on Google to find a concept store that stocked the brand locally. I found a concept store not too far away from me that was able to provide me with insight on the shoe brand that not only educated me, but that really surprised me.
How's it happening?
Kyle, talk to me about how you got involved with stocking the On shoe brand.
A sort of organic story, that's the buzzword to use these days. Probably in 2017, I thought, well, I kind of have to make a difference in my life. So I thought, well, let's start running, lose a bit of weight, get fit. And then a good friend of mine who became quite a good triathlete, he was using Ons, and at the time I had absolutely no idea what they were. And I just saw him in a picture wearing them, and I thought, wow, these shoes, Just looked amazing, like I had to have them, which again, not many shoes have done that for me. So a few months later, in fact, we were overseas in Europe and the shop was stocking them and I bought a pair. Brought them back to South Africa and knowing that they were quite unique, and I think you're kind of the man on the block running around your arms that no one else has. After a while, my mom actually, she came to me and said, well, why don't we start stocking them or selling them? I mean, it's a great product and you know, you love it. And we thought, well, let's just run with it. And when I say we, me and my family, and then here we are today. So it really stemmed from the product and the passion that I felt for it.
However, it's not always a case of love at first sight, and that's why Brett's encounter with this shoe was an eye-opening take on why you need to know what you need from a shoe before you go ahead and purchase it. All right, Brett, tell me about your experience with the On Shoe brand.
Right off the bat, it was quite bad because I was given a pair by my coach at the time and really didn't enjoy the first, second or third run in the pair until actually getting the right infos about the shoes and what I should have actually been running in.
So you say that your experience was bad. What was it that didn't feel good? And once you got the right information, how has it changed?
I was doing too much distance straight away in the shoe that was given to me. It was a good shoe for quick, fast track sessions, and I was using it for 15 plus kilometer training runs. So I was feeling really beaten after the run, hot foot, numbness underneath the foot. So it just didn't have enough padding for what I needed the shoe to do for me.
What are you running in now, and how does it feel when you're running?
Well, running in now is quite a selection because I've got 8 pairs of Ons in my closet. So the Ultras and the Stratus are my 2 go-to for trail and road, depending what we're running that day. And then I've got a pair of Flows, which I like to bring out for some of the track sessions when I really want to get some fast times if the body's feeling like doing a fast time. So also now with the new Monster Ons coming out, it's great to do the really hard impact work in them because you really don't feel beaten at the end of the session. You can literally go for a recovery run the next day because it's just such a comfortable shoe to run in.
Okay, Brett, now I want your opinion. Why do you think the brand has gained so much popularity over the last couple of years?
I think their style definitely stands out. It's very popular in the lifestyle section. And then the running side, there is a huge variety. You've got your track shoe, your road shoe, you've got a choice of road shoes and a choice of trail shoes. So I think people really like that side of it.
And do you feel like you're running on clouds?
100% feel like I'm running like clouds.
That's not just good marketing.
It definitely does.
I always enjoy chatting to elite athletes, and Kelton's take on the shoes show how proactive the On Running brand has been up until this point when it comes to innovation. How have you seen the shoe evolve over the years?
I suppose the first place I saw it evolve the most was in the trail running space. The first time I actually saw their trail running shoes on my dad. Initially it wasn't the best of shoes. Just looking at what was typically done within the trail running space, it definitely went against the grain. But what On's been able to do is continue to go against the grain.
So what shoe do you run in?
My all-time favorite is actually the Cloud Ultra. What's great about this shoe is it actually takes the boxes in all at once. Only is it really beautiful to look at. It's relatively lightweight, but incredibly durable and has great traction in terms of the lugs underneath. So that's my go-to.
And how much wear would you say you get out of a shoe?
So my current Ultras are about 500, 600 kilometers deep. Still going strong. So I'd probably say for a shoe such as this, about 750 Ks.
In terms of cost, how would the cost of an on-running shoe compare with another running shoe that somebody is perhaps more familiar with or has a little bit of brand loyalty towards?
So the first thing that I'll start off by saying is that in terms of a price point, don't do an entry level shoe. They start off more expensive, but at the same time, you definitely are getting what you pay for. However, when you're comparing apples with apples, they are no more expensive than any other brand. So if you went for a nice high mileage, high volume training shoe, whether it's any brand other than On, you're going to be paying 10% either way. That being said, a lot of people do come in here saying, you know, picking up the shoe and looking, oh wow, that's the same as brand X or brand Y. That's has often been the reaction. So it's quite nice knowing that you are getting all this tech and this special shoe for actually not more, if in fact any more money than from an opposition brand.
So today I've been upskilled in the theory of the on-running shoe, and I will be testing out the shoes for the next couple of days, and we'll see if I will be investing in a pair of on-running shoes at the end of all of this. This one I really enjoyed. I would say this is a gateway for me into trying the on-shoe brand. It felt amazing on my foot and not too different when I was running in it. What makes it different, I guess, from my current running shoe is that I do feel the fit is slightly better. This is a shoe that I would personally consider buying. When it comes to opinions and good-looking sources, there's nobody that fits the brief better than my mom. So I've called her in because I'm trying on the lifestyle shoes. Now I have tried the Clouds on in a blue, but I really wanted to try a white because the shoe that I was hoping to buy is a lifestyle shoe that I am planning to mix and match with a lot of outfits. So I have the rudders over here. In terms of aesthetics, I don't think you get a more beautiful shoe than this. It is that fashionable shoe that I think could pair with everything from a skirt to jeans. It's gorgeous. I might have bought it if I hadn't tried on this shoe.
This shoe, when I put it on, I slipped into comfort. It was like the shoe was doing yoga on my feet.
Mom, that's beautiful. Can we just rewind that?
The shoe was doing yoga on my feet. It didn't feel like I had a shoe on my foot. It's got like little holes.
Probably your feet won't be as smelly.
It won't be smelly. Do you say I've got smelly feet? On camera, I've got smelly feet. I'm talking nonsense. What I can tell you is I wore it because she asked me to, but now I'm buying it.
Oh, you're gonna buy them?
Yeah.
Amazing.
She's comfortable.
My model has now become
Bankrupt.
a consumer of the brand. I love it. All right, Chris, I love these guys, but you don't have them in my size. Could you order them for me?
That would be possible.
Okay, cool. Well then, I won't leave with anything today, but you'll see me soon for my Clouds.
Anytime, you're welcome.
Thanks, Chris. Cheers. So what does people do if they enjoyed this video?
If you enjoyed this video, give it a like.
And if they want to see more content from you in the future, what should they do?
Subscribe.
I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Julep, pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 pop.